Let's do this. You're going to go first. In honor of the Masters and the home opener. Both going on right before our eyes out there.
Yeah.
Your six favorite sports events each year.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the Masters is not going to be on it.
It's your events.
That's right. It's number 6 is opening day in Major League Baseball. I really do love this day. I grew up a Cardinals fan. My family is all from there.
You and me and Benjamin.
Yeah. I mean, except for you guys. Well, Benjamin's from there, but it's just been a special day to me. I've been to more Cardinals games than Rockies games in my life. Number 5. NFL Fantasy Draft Day. I know you hate fantasy football.
No, but I think this. I think based on what you and others are telling me, that should become a national holiday.
It should become a national holiday. We should all get the day off, the weekend off, and then the following Monday off.
Would this make sense that I once said when I was on the Ring of Fame for the Broncos, and they said, we can't put anybody more on. We got too many people up there. I said, well, let's take some down. We could take away a couple of holidays and replace them with fantasy.
Yes, and replace them with fantasy football. It's all good. Number 4, National Championship Monday, NCAA men's basketball. Obviously, I'm a basketball guy. There's going to be it's going to be basketball centric here from here on. Number 3.
Can we get somebody next week who's actually done
first day of the NBA postseason, Woody? Because NBA postseason action is fantastic.
Oh, that's right. It's coming up.
That's right.
And then there's only 3 more months of NBA basketball. It's like the
It never ends, and why is that a bad thing? It's never a bad thing. Number 2, Super Bowl Sunday.
How'd
because
that sneak in there?
I don't know. It's a football thing. No, I love the Super Bowl. Who doesn't love the Super Bowl? Number 1.
I thought you were going to say because you like guacamole.
First day of the NCAA tournament, which a really quick story. I went to see you, and I would ditch classes on the first day of the NCAA tournament, would go to Abel's Pizza, which was in the UMC. I remember sitting there one day saying, it would really be cool if one day I was covering this stuff. Years and years later, I'm sitting in Greensboro, North Carolina for the actual first day of the actual first game of the NCAA tournament, the first time I covered it, and I thought, this is exactly as cool as I thought it might be sitting back all those years ago in that pizza parlor in Abo's.
And a guy from CU, Rick Riley, who I spoke to his classes when he was up there, and he called me once, and I'll make a short story, but he was doing a piece on Dan Issel, and he was in Kentucky. And I said, why don't you come to St. Louis, the 7th game of the World Series tomorrow night? You can bunk with me. I'll get you a press pass. Me and Buddy Martin are covering it. You can be a part of it. And he said, I've never seen a baseball game. And I said, well, come up here. So we helped him make arrangements, got him press pass. He covered that game, the first game he'd ever seen in person, a major league game. He covered the 7th game of the World Series, and we're walking down this darkened hallway, as you and I have done in so many different places. And I said, how'd it go, Rick? Oh, it's a great thing. I dreamed of this my whole life. I dreamed of seeing a World Series game, but I covered it. And I said, well, I'm sure everything went well as long as because the Cardinals won the World Series. I said, as long as you didn't start your story with, it was in the cards, or the cards were stacked, or something like that. He said, can I stop and make a phone call?
Absolutely.
He said, drop my first paragraph. 6 best events in sports. Mine are going to be totally different from yours. 6, British Open.
Golf.
Augusta is the hardest ticket in golf. The British Open is the easiest ticket in sports. If 600,000 people show up, you get to go in for like 16 pounds because they're played on courses that are gigantic and they're by the ocean and it's such great fun. And in America, if you hit a golf shot and it bounces off a rake and goes on the green and people are cheering, if you free putt, people cheer. In British, if you bounce it off a rake, they turn and look because they're embarrassed for you. The greatest fans in the world. Number 5 is Wimbledon, the only sports event that is still civil. They quit every day at tea time. And it's to be on center court, and you've watched it, whether you care about tennis or not, it's an event. You ride the train out from London. You walk down the street with everybody, holding hands, strawberries and cream, a champagne with a strawberry in the glass. Yeah. It is really a great event to be a part of, and nobody ever cares who wins. Number 4 is the Masters. It is a tradition like no other. I've talked about it all week, but been 32 times, and it wasn't my dream to cover it. It was my dream to win it, unlike you. Number 3, and I played it. I said to somebody last night, they said, have you played Augusta? I played it like 31 times.
Yeah.
Winter
How'd you do?
Olympics. I love the Olympics, not only because of the competition and what it means in the world of sports, but going and visiting places like Lillehammer, Norway, and going to Nagano, Japan, and seeing how different worlds deal with the Winter Olympics and those sports which you don't really pay much attention to for 4 years. Number 2 would be the Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics.
Well, because it's warmer. Because it's in great places. I got to go to Australia.
Going to Brazil?
No, I didn't go to Brazil. Went to
Are you
Australia.
going?
I went to Barcelona with the Dream Team. I was with the Dream Team in Monte Carlo. That was one of the greatest experiences. I got to know all those guys. And number 1 on the list, Aussie rules football.
And now the whole list is discredited.
I was in Australia. I was in Australia. They had a weekend. They opened up the Olympic Stadium a couple of years before the Olympics, and as a tryout, they brought in the Chargers and the Broncos to play in a game. They had a Premier Soccer League game. They had rugby and had Aussie rules football, which I'd never seen in person, and I haven't seen again since then.
Because
and I can
you
tell
love
you,
it so much.
the worst event of those 4 consecutive nights was an NFL preseason game, and soccer was boring. Rugby is, out of its mind.
Yeah.
And Aussie rules football is the most fantastic game. It's like a combination of all those games. It's like, okay, let's just throw all the rules
You
together.
can't sell me on that, but it was a good try.